Welcome, everybody. This is the lightning round, buy, sell, or hold, and I am your host, Charles Becco. Charlie Becco in the building. Just a bunch of craziness today, huh? Just a bunch of crazy. Facebook is down, Twitter is down, IG is down. Everything is down. What are we gonna do when the stock market is down? Everything is down. Man. Welcome, everybody. Just a wild day. A wild day in the market. A wild day in life. I'm your host, Charles Becco. And we're going to talk about it. Man. I'd like to welcome my co-host to the stage, Charlene. Charlene, say what's up to the crowd.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone, depending on where you are.
Uh-huh.
I am Charlene. Welcome. I am a true believer, wife, mother, and restaurateur. I'm here to help you. Welcome to the lightning round. This is the Day Trading Degens Club. If you haven't already, please click on the greenhouse above my head to follow the room. This is the lightning round where you give us your tickers. We pull up the charts and you decide whether you want to buy, sell, or hold. I do want to say that nothing that is said on this stage is to be considered financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Over to you, Charles.
All right. Thank you so very much. And man, so I mean, are we really surprised? You know, everyone's going crazy about the social media apps coming down, and notice that coincidentally, right? You know, we called out the stock market shorts, right? Like the stock market being in a short setup. Our focus mostly was on Microsoft and Amazon, right? But it seems like Facebook is also a part of at least the chart contagion, right? I can't say that I've seen, trouble specifically for Facebook in terms of the news, right? Because it has to do with like something that's like company specific, something that is not systematic. Okay, this is unsystematic risk, right? But we did see that at least as it relates, right, to the QQQ, at least as it relates to some of the top QQQ constituents, that there was absolutely, positively trouble on the horizon. And no one here, if you had been listening to the lightning round or any of the shows that we do on Clubhouse, nobody here should be caught off guard. You might be caught off guard with how long the pullback has been, right? But again, we have been calling for a correction for quite some time. Again, this is the lightning round. We did update the link that is in the bio there. So if you would like to join the Zoom, okay, not the Zoom, what am I saying? I'm so used to saying Zoom, dagnabbit. If you would like to join the stream, okay, of course, we're not streaming on Facebook right now because Facebook is down, but we are streaming on YouTube and we are also streaming on Twitch, right? So, yeah. Be sure to check out the link there. So let me just make sure that there's... All right, let me get some of this crap off the screen. My goodness. All right, on to the charts. Fantastic. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna be breaking down some tickers, right? Okay. All right. Pretty cool. So, Charlene, how was your trading day and trading week last week? How's it been?
I've had a good day. I mean, we should have been ready, right? So if you were ready, then you had a good day. Today, I didn't pick up many. I think I picked up just one thing, and that's just more short positions. Other than that, I've had a good trading day. The week so far has been good. Last week was great. And I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I actually did pick up some longs on silver. So that's how my day was going.
All right. On our side, we actually had to cut some positions. So there was a long setup in Facebook. Full disclosure, we did have to cut that long position that we took on. We took that position on Friday, right? And so the gap down news, it probably wasn't the best time to cut, but we have to stick with our setups, right? If the setup says get out, you get out. You don't ask questions, even if you have to take a little bit of a black eye, right? So we had to cut Facebook, unfortunately, right? But the good news is what we lost in Facebook, we more than made up for with Tesla that opened up at $800 today. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla had some really great delivery news. We created a nice, again, we were looking at the bear flag, right? The bull flag. Here, let me, so we kind of came up to 800. We went all the way down to around 760. We loaded up on positions here last week Friday on this pullback, and I was not at all surprised at the bounce back today. And notice, right, the market is down 2 and 3%, whatever, and Tesla still manages to come out green, right? So that just tells you how strong, how fundamentally strong the move is here on Tesla. Would like to welcome Shanisha to the stage here. Shanisha, welcome to the stage. Any thoughts on the market, Shanisha?
Oh my gosh, it was one of those days when you just had to go to sleep. Like put your phone or play Spy. Like Spy was paying beautifully today, and I appreciate you so much, Charles, because you pretty much were saying this like all last week and the week before that I've been coming on that what setting the expectation. You know what I'm saying? So while you can find those gems, within the situation, there's always like Tesla. You pretty much set the expectation of we were going down, and so I was prepared for it. Spy played beautifully, and so and I feel like what the fall is happening rather quickly, and so my expectation is that there will be a reversal, if not at the end of this week, by early next week. That's my opinion. Just
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Anisha. So team, I do have a video up on YouTube right now. You could actually message me if you would like the link. I would give it to you. Okay, how Amazon and Microsoft stock can drag the entire market down. I actually had how it could drag it to hell, and I thought that was a little bit too strong of a language, so I just put it to drag the entire market down. That video is up and live on YouTube, and it actually explains, okay, kind of the craziness that we're seeing here. Also, in our previous lightning round that we streamed 4 days ago, right?
To 1965,
where we covered a lot
and
of
Gen
this
Xers are at
right?
1965 to 19.
We kind of go over it again, what actually is happening in the market, right? And so, team, look, I was expecting a bounce, okay? Because nothing goes all the way down, right? Things come down, they have a corrective bounce, you sell into the corrective bounce, and then you reestablish a short position if you are so minded, right? Like that's what you would typically do. So today, again, based on the setups that we look for, these setups pay 70 to 80% of the time. Today, that didn't happen, okay? We saw the engulfing candle here, took the long position, woke up, gap down on news. Ain't nothing you can do about that, team, okay? So that was Facebook there. Also, Space. Same thing with Space. Actually made money here on the run-up on Space. When we had the pullback, I seen that we were still in the buy pattern. Bought the dip here, and Space pulled all the way back today. Again, mostly because of the market, right? That's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles there, right? So, you take your lumps as you go along, and you just keep it moving. So right now, we will be taking tickers from you guys and gals to break down. JD? GT. Oh, yeah. Man, everybody, Charlie, they love it, man. They love these momentum plays, man. Y'all love it. Love it. GT had a nice move today. They love it. I did see a kind of a pattern here, a little bit of a setup here in GT Goodyear. I noticed that some of the Dow components were doing good today. I seen U.S. Steel was not so bad. Of course, the oil plays are doing pretty okay today. The Dow did end up finishing, I believe, like 1% down anyway. But yeah, there were some stars here. Let me see here. This looks like what is called a trampoline setup, and let me confirm. Is this the... This is the chart. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if this is a trampoline. This looks like a trampoline to me. Hey, Pop. It's a trampoline setup here on the daily time frame. We've kind of popped up to about 18, right? Came down to test the 8 and rocketed back up. That is a bull flag as well. So nice move there on Goodyear. Unfortunately, I don't really see where it goes from here. You know, especially with the market being the way that it is.
Charles, if you pay attention, like with the SPY and GT, when the SPY is going down, GT is going up. So I think everybody's rotating.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, you know, when the market is like this, right? You know, so again, team, you know, again, the call outs were made for weeks and weeks, and we put out the videos, right? We put out the warnings, right? The tech, right? Because of how much weighting it has in the market, right? It has enough power, it has enough weighting to drag the entire market down, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Okay, so again, you know, it's kind of tough to do these lightning rounds sometimes because folks expect that, hey, you know, my ticker that I believe in is just gonna like outperform the market, and 9 times out of 10, team, that's not the case, right? They say about 70 to 80% of the stocks of the tickers are just gonna follow the market anyway, right? So more than likely, you know, we probably won't see too many gems, but hey, if you're able to make money today or walk away from this without being completely crippled or bruised up, hey, you are a winner in our book. All right, so that's GT. That's good. That's a Goodyear there. I do see a request from my man Suzuki for Bank of America. Let me see here. Okay, I do see GT. Give me 1 second. I'm looking at GT, Bank of America, and XENE. Right, so let's do Bank of America for my man Suzuki. What we got here? Bank of America, okay. Another kind of similar setup here. Did this thing make yearly highs today? I guess it did. Well, Bank of America is a nice daily squeeze here. Don't like the pullback. This is a reversal hammer. We are losing strength. If I was in this, I would look to take profit or just trim the hedges here. Just a tiny bit here on Bank of America, right? Not that there's anything wrong with the position, right? But if you had been playing shorter dated contracts, or if you were just looking for a trade, I would look to kind of like just take something off of the table based off of the way this daily candle kind of played out here. You know, looks like we kind of want to go back to retest 42. But I would look at 42 to hold there, 42.77, which is sitting there right at the 8. Okay, so that's what we have for Bank of America. Now let's look at XENE for my man Mike Cherry. Okay, let's look at XENE. That's like the Jamaicans. XENE. All right. See, there's nothing I can do with this, Mike. Team, there's nothing I can do about something that's up 100% on a day, right? Nice little move, right? Nice little move here. It looks a lot of the fireworks. Looks like a lot of the fireworks happen after hours, right? Basically, I'm sure this is a biotech on news pullback, choppy. I mean, I guess you could have grabbed a little piece here on Xenon Pharmaceuticals, but where does it go from here? I don't know, but if something's up 100%, team, I'm taking my profits. Okay, whether I'm a day trader or swing trader or scalper, I'm taking my profits. You know, I'm not going to sit in the thing that's up 100% thinking it'll go up another 20, 30%. I will say, from a day trader's perspective, right, expect some volatility tomorrow, right? Expect some opportunities both on the long side and on the short side, right? So if you're looking for a few scalps here, I would look to potentially scalp something on XENE if you are set up that way. If you're a swing trader, you have no business scalping. If you are, you know, a long-term investor, you have no business scalping, right? So this probably may not be the play for you. right? But to me, if I was in this, I would be a seller here, okay, based on a move like this, because whatever the news is, this looks like it's like fully priced in, and to me, I wouldn't expect for something to move like that and then to continue. Again, nice, gigantic move today. I'm sure this thing was squeezing the entire time. No, let me see. Let me see if there's like a 2-day here. Okay, there wasn't a daily squeeze, right? So let me see if there's a 2-day at least. Okay, the 2-day squeeze fired off. Let me see if there's a 3-day. I mean, when you get the move, you get it all in one candle. It almost doesn't matter if there were squeezes, right? Like, all of the time frames basically fired off at the same time. That's why you get a move like this, right? So this thing was squeezing, right? And so there is something to learn here on XENE, right? On Xenon Pharmaceuticals, right? I want everybody to pay attention to this this daily time frame here on Xenon, right? Okay. Notice the sideways price action, okay? Team, we talked about this, right? The accumulation phase, okay? If you see something going sideways, right? You start seeing these SMAs and EMAs, if you have those lines in your chart, you start seeing them compressing, right? And flattening out, right? 9 times out of 10, there is a squeeze in there somewhere, right? And what am I talking about? Am I talking about Wall Street's bet squeeze? No. I'm talking about when the Bollinger Bands expand outside of the Keltner channels, right? So this is a phase 1 market phase, right? Meaning the big guys are accumulating shares here. And then you have an actual technical squeeze, right? Where the chart is gathering power. It's consolidating.
Charles, are you sharing your screen on YouTube? I think I still see GT.
Yeah, it's here. There's a lag, by the way. Yeah, just tell folks that there's a lag for sure. There's a lag between the streams there for anybody who's watching on both. I would just recommend either listen on Clubhouse or just watch on YouTube. I wouldn't listen to them both because you'll just be going crazy. But thanks, Charlene. Yeah, so just a public service announcement. If you are checking on YouTube and Clubhouse, there will be a lag, right? So I would mute one of them and just, if you watch, I don't know, maybe you want to meet me on Clubhouse or, I don't know. Decide however that you guys see fit. But yeah, there will be a lag because of the stream. It's a live stream there. So anyway, I'm sorry, can't do anything about it. But yeah, Xenon here. Yeah, accumulate phase 1, accumulation phase, release of power, news. I mean, you got your move. Charlene, Charlene or Shalisha, do you want to, mention like how would you play this, Charlene and or Shanisha? Like something that's up 100%. What are you thinking in your minds?
I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I think it already did its run. I would let it pull back some.
All right. In the Bible it says, in the words of 2 witnesses, let a thing be established. And we don't got 2. We got 3 folks up here that are saying, hey, this is a no-go. So, again, for me, I mean, I see the opportunity for people who are oriented to scalp, like scalp traders. You could definitely cleave off a few points here and there, I'm sure, tomorrow, especially if there's like a significant pullback. But other than that, for the average person, I would just say, hey, the move is here. If you didn't get in,
does it even have options?
I don't even know. Yeah, I guess we could take a look. Sure. It does have options. It does. These options look like they went up 700%, right? I would think. Oh yeah, so the implied volatility was also very high as well, right? That's why. Okay. Yeah. So in a situation like this, actually, I can't give y'all all the game. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't give you. There is a way to play something like this with options.
BrooklynTraders.net figure out the game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Team, this is such a big public service. I can't tell you all the game, right? Definitely check out BrooklynTraders.net to see how we would do this. Again, for people who are oriented that way, yeah, you can scalp all day. If you're nice with the options, there's definitely some fun stuff you could do here, especially with the implied volatility being so high, right? All right, so that is XENE. Thank you for that, Mike. That ticker was a good one to talk about. All right, let me kind of go in order. I don't want to skip anyone. I see MRNA here. MRNA. Let me actually get the screen up off of here. This is not the screen I want to look at. Moderna. Okay. What's going on here with that Moderna? Clapped. This chart actually looks like Facebook. Facebook's chart looks kind of like this. I need some more EMAs here. I want to see where we're at. 1 second here. Let me see if I can see where the 200 is at right now. Dang, the 200 is way down there. And team, I think we covered this last week. In my opinion, I think MRNA is going back to 200. My opinion. I think it's happening. I think it's gonna happen. Sure, we'll get an oversold bounce here and there, right? We should be pretty cold on the RSI here. Hold on. I'm sure somebody's getting sick of me looking at all these charts, right? It's like, Charles, why do you need so many charts? Because I need them. I promise you, I'm not overcompensating. Haha, joke funny. Laugh. This is funny, people. No, the RSI is going down. Yeah, MRNA could get even colder, right? So you can expect. I mean, sure, you will get an oversold bounce every now and again, but expect MRNA to keep potentially going down. Let's take a quick look at the futures here. I was kind of wondering whether we should kind of do something like something like for next week, like a bullish bet on the market for next week. And not that I think anything's going to happen between this week and next week. Something very interesting did happen on the Qs here that I actually do want to kind of pause the analysis. So MRNA's getting clapped. We covered it on Friday. Not that I mind covering it again, but MRNA's getting clapped. Nothing has changed with that chart. Let me show you the interesting thing on Qs here. Something happened today on Qs that has not happened since the pandemic, and it is substantial. It is worth talking about, right? So let's cover it. Okay, got the QQQ here. Oh, this chart is. Hold on. Now I feel like I got too many charts. Dagnabbit. Okay, this is the chart I want. All right, let's QQQ. I want to look at a 2-year time frame here. Okay, so if you, ladies and gentlemen, want to follow, right, you got to pull up a 2-year chart to see this, okay? I want you to look at the RSI here, right? We have not been so cold, okay? I want you to pay attention. We had not been so cold on this oversold condition on the QQQ since the pandemic lows. That's around March of 2020. Okay, we had not been so cold. So I'm thinking, my theory, the reason why I was thinking about potentially putting something on for the Qs here is I seen this today, right? And I'm thinking that we are. I mean, look at the chart. This is a 2-year chart on the Qs, right? How many times did this RSI turn ice blue like that? 1, 2. This is March 2020, and look, right? It didn't matter what happened. Look at that. Okay, we had not been so cold since March of 2020 on the RSI, and this is actually good news for the bulls. I'm sure people are wondering, like, oh no, Charles, are we gonna get clapped? Oh no, no, this is actually pretty good. You know why? Because the Qs, okay, are much higher now than we were in March, right? So before we were at 164 QQQ, now we're at 352 QQQ. Now, there is a bull and a bear case to make with that, right? But if you just look at the RSI to the price, this looks more bullish because we have higher highs, right? The RSI got down to as low as 26. Right now we're at 29, and the price is significantly higher, right? So on this super cycle of the Qs, I think this bodes well, actually. This is more of a speculative assumption on my part, right? So I want to be very clear when I say I'm speculating, right? Because there are things that I am very, very sure of, and there's things that's less likely. I would say that this is less likely, but I do have some confidence here that if we got so cold on the RSI through all of this chop, right, within the last 2 years, and we are much higher on the RSI now than we were in the pandemic lows, and the price is up here, then yeah, I could expect the bull run on the Qs to keep rolling, okay? And for folks who follow me, right, and you check out my stuff, I've got articles on Medium, you would know that I am expecting a market crash one day, okay? I can't be sitting in those shorts waiting for that, right? I can't be like the Big Short, right? However, I do believe the collapse, the big collapse is coming. Will it happen now? I'm not sure. Okay, I mean, it's possible that the collapse has already begun, right? But yeah, that's what I see here on the Qs, right? We had not been so low. Right now, the RSI in the daily time frame on the Qs is sitting at a 28.29. I can't tell the date on. Let me see, March 12th, it was at 29, and I guess right before the real collapse happened, right? This is February 27th. It had gotten as cold as 27, 26. Now that doesn't mean that the Qs can't keep just going down, right? They can. It's not time to just back the truck up, right? You need this cycle to kind of play itself out. But yeah. And just to let you know what my official position is, right? Even if we do get an oversold bounce and we go up 2, 3, 4, 5% in a day, I don't think it matters because there are other bearish indicators on a longer time frame that's letting me know that the Qs, is going to be kind of chopping around for just a bit. Okay, Charlene, would you pretty please? I really appreciate you if you would give me a reset. Woo!
I got it. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is the lightning round by Seller. When you give us your tickers, we pull up the charts. We are live on YouTube. You decide whether you want to buy, sell, or hold based on what you see on the charts. Nothing said on this platform is to be considered financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. If you haven't already, please click on the little green house above my head and follow the club. Follow your mods. We are here for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Sundays, we have pop-up rooms where we just do a little to you, Charles.
All right. I'm sorry. My throat was so parched. I tried to sneak it in, but I'm going to have to drink my green juice here. That's some good green juice right there. Delicious. All right. Let's talk about the tickers. And so we will be publishing a watch list based on the show, right? So definitely follow us on YouTube. Okay, I would tell you to follow the Facebook, but Facebook is clapped right now, right? So check us out on YouTube, the Twitch, follow your mods, and I always publish the list of tickers on my IG, and it will be disseminated to the various groups. We do have a Telegram group. We've got a private Discord server, so check us out. All right. On to the tickers. Oh, hold on. Oh. Were these? Oh, okay, these are older. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's check out BP here. What is there not to like about BP, right? I would say that the RSI is getting a little hot here at 72. This candle is kind of bearish on BP, okay? But yeah, I don't really like to look at the companies themselves. I'd like to just look at the gas. And from what I remember, I believe there was, there's a weekly MACD cross with a squeeze forming on crude, and I have a $90 price target, okay? got a $90 price target on crude, right? So I'm expecting, again, all these guys, BP, XOM, all the pipeline people to rock out. All right, that's what I see here. Nice. Look at the weekly here on XOM as well. It almost mirrors the crude futures, right? This is a nice little setup here that's happening in XOM there. A nice little setup. I'll put a price target of 65 and then $67 on Exxon Mobil. Okay. Bruce Mosley wants to talk about CEI. Let's get to it, Bruce. Let's see what those Wall Street bettors are doing. Consolidating. I will be very careful going long or short this. Charlene, anything to add with CEI? Because I know that team Charlene's been in CEI since 40 cents. Charlene, any thoughts on this?
I saw quite a bit. I am holding some, like I said, for the long term. It is an energy play. It will do what it's got to do. But if you're looking for something quick, that's not CEI. I don't think it'll do another pop for a good little minute. I'm not going to give anyone any time frame, just so you don't say Charlene said. So, but if you like CEI, do your DD so you see where they stand and invest. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, that's for me on CEI.
Go ahead, Shanisha. I think Shanisha.
Oh, she on mic. Go ahead, Shanisha. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I agree with Charlene. Definitely, I have some for the long run. One, we got to follow where the money is going. And I think that obviously we know energy going into 2022. That's going to be a huge focus. Also, we've seen a huge buying on it, but I do believe that there's going to be a squeeze on it, and it could be because they just got options. So I think that that's going to entice a squeeze on it, with just the hype around it. So, and that's going to be primarily, Wall Street bets and whomever just running it up a little bit. But I don't know how soon. I'm surprised. I was thinking if it was to happen today, kind of like when Robinhood, they did their options, revealed their options when they had their momentum. But being that it didn't happen today, I believe that it's going to be one of those moments where it just kind of, happens on us.
I think that's what CEI likes to do, right? When everyone's not looking anymore, it just runs and it runs. So you just got to do your DD. You got to have patience sometimes because it just comes out of nowhere. But if you're in, you're good. Just don't go chasing anything. Do your DD. Like Shanisha said, it could happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to, but also remember that it's funny that they added the options chain, and I think it's to entice more buyers, and then who knows what they do after that, and people get left holding their back. So be careful.
So they finally added an options chain to CEI. Wow, this is a monstrosity. So yeah, so that makes me think that the clap is coming or something is coming. Like they added an option chain to CEI. What's going on here? Oh no, I think there's there's a window open that I can't close. What's going on? Oh no. Hold on, give me 1 second, team. I think there's a window open here. Give me a second here while I fix my stuff. So Charlene, can you also talk a little bit about the next ticker while I just straighten this out? Sorry about that.
What's the next ticker?
They want to talk about ROKU. So Charlene or Shanisha, could you just do that while I just fix my charts here? Give me 1 second.
Okay, ROKU. I don't know what the chart is about, but I mean, if you like ROKU, I don't see why you wouldn't, build a portfolio slowly adding ROKU. I like it. I do feel like they do have competition. Roku does need to come out with more. There's a lot of stuff coming out right now that are offering way more than Roku is. So, I don't know. Shanisa?
Sorry. Man, if you close out this app, it's so hard to get back. All right, I was trying to look at the chart. So, when I was looking at Roku, so for me, I like Roku for the long term, right? I think that Roku, if they, and this is just like my price target, I believe that if Roku gets back above, can get back and hold above that 318 level, they'll go to 320. But right now, we have to see. They're looking more like on a bearish end, right?
I got speeches with Roku too.
Right, because today I was like, if they go under 309, today Monday, yeah. I was like, if they go under like 310, 309, then they're going like to the streets for a bit. And so they have to, so for me to feel confident about, going back longer into Roku, I would say I need to see it go back above 318 level. But I do like Roku. I just think that right now they are going to get smacked right with the market. They just got to do a little bit more, right? So that's my thing. So if they hold under at this level, they're bearish. You're going to continue to fall. I don't have the chart in front of me to really give you a level or anything. But like I said, this morning I was like, if they go into 310, they're going to fall, continue to fall. And if they can get back to 318 and hold, then I can see some upside. So my levels are 318, then about 320, and then after that maybe 325. We'll see.
And Roku's been dropping for a minute if we really think about it. I mean, from 490, you know what I mean? So it's like, if this is a long-term hold, then this is a discount. Think of it as a discount. But Roku does need to come up with some other stuff.
But the thing is, you see how, like, all right, because they came down so much, like you said, this is a discount. So for me, shares, like on a share basis, unless you're gonna do like unless you're gonna do a leap, shares is gonna be where you're most beneficial, because it could go back to that high, for me. But yeah, like I said, right now it's just not. They have to do more, and I think they will. I think they are doing more. So just gotta step it up a bit.
All right, thank you so very much for that analysis, Charlene and Shanisha. Okay, we are back up and running. Do apologize there. Not too sure what happened, but my platform got sticky here, and so I had to fix it. Roku looks pretty cold to me. Roku has been getting clapped for a minute now. You look at this. I feel like we could get down to 280 potentially on Roku. We had a squeeze that fired, and on average the squeeze is worth about $23, and we got greater than that. We got like $40 to the downside. Yeah, 280, 283 on a daily time frame. That'll be the absolute bottom of the average true range chart. Okay, the average true range, folks, or people who don't know what that is. The average true range is like a standard deviation for the chart, right? And so the max standard deviation to the downside that we can see Roku move taps out at around 285. It doesn't mean that we can't just go under and keep going under, right? But that's the max. I don't really see a bull case here, not just yet. We try to pop, we pull back, we started making lows, and it looks like this MACD wants to cross to the downside again on the daily, right? So I can see an oversold bounce on the hourly time frame here. So maybe look for a retest at 307 or 316, but watch out for any of the bears out there. They might look at that as an opportunity to come back in and short again. So that's what we have here on Roku, right? Charlene, did you have tickets on the back end, or Charlene? I mean Shanisha or Charlene? Excuse me.
No tickets on the back end.
Okay, just had to make sure. All right, I think the next one on the list here, okay, it's going to be XLE, which is pretty much the same, right? Pretty much the same here. The XLE is looking good, okay? We've got momentum to the upside here. I would like a nice pullback to the 8 to get into this. So like 52, a perfect pullback will be if it came down to 50. Like $50 or 52 on XLE. It is testing the weekly 200 here. Okay, make sure you guys can see that. It is testing the weekly 200 here, so expect some, expect some resistance here at the weekly 200. But yeah, team, again, we look at crude oil, and light sweet crude looks like it's going to $90 a barrel, right? So all these guys will kind of go up there with it. Okay, so that's XLE. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Okay, I think I saw a bullish setup in Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has bullish momentum here. On the hourly, fresh MACD cross on the daily. Yeah, I think, yeah, we had a double bottom here. Yeah, so Bitcoin is bullish. Bitcoin is bullish. The fact that, the market could get clapped up the way it has been, and for Bitcoin to kind of hold its own, because normally if the market gets clapped, Bitcoin is getting clapped as well. Something that I realized,
Charles,
go ahead,
is that people are now using crypto as a hedge. You're buying up bonds in crypto. Let the market do what it do. I think that's what it is. And so crypto's booming right now. And I think that's, and I'm not just saying regular retail people. We have hedge funds. We have all these people investing in bonds and crypto just to hedge the market.
Yeah, what I've noticed is that just as the claps really started getting underway here on the market, I noticed that the market cap of the crypto space increased by about 100 billion, right? So I did see that it looks like they're pulling money out of the stocks and they're throwing it into crypto. Also, again, this entire time when the Qs were getting beat up, again, Bitcoin has been holding its own. I also do want to mention that I did hear a bullish thesis that they believe the weakness in the dollar is contributing to, people looking for safety here in the digital greenback, right, which is Bitcoin. And so, I definitely see it in the charts. MACD cross, there it is, right? Engulfing candle, the low bar, hourly momentum, yeah. It may be time to go long some Bitcoin here. Let's see if we can, get up there, break and hold 50. Okay, that would be the perfect bullish case for Bitcoin. Okay. Next ticker on the list is Unity Software. Not much to see here. I think we covered this the other day, right? Here's a trading channel. We broke out, pull back, and we're gonna test the breakout level, right? So what you want to see here is you want to see Unity Software hold this 114. If Unity Software can hold this 114, that gives a very strong argument for the bulls, right? And so as of right now, it still is in a short setup here. High bar engulfing low bar. Sorry, engulfing short bar here. And yeah, I think if we want to kind of get back down here, right, to about 115 and test, then we could see what you want to do. And with that being said, Charlene, can I get another reset, please?
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, depending on where you are. I am Charlene. I am co-host with Charles and Shanisha, and this is the Day Trading Defense Club Lightning Round, buy, sell, or hold. This is where you give us your ticker we pull up the charts and you decide based on what you see whether you want to buy, sell, or hold. We are live on YouTube. The link is in my and Charles's bio, so you can follow along. And you can send us our tickets on the back end. I did turn off the hand-raising signs. I don't believe we're taking any more tickets for the evening unless Charles wants to do maybe 3 more. But we are here for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Sundays, we do a little pop-up room doing just a little ticker talk. Nothing said on this stage is to be considered financial advice. Please do your own due diligence with whatever's said on this stage. Thank you for joining us. Over to you, Charles.
Yep. So the last ticker I actually have here, okay, the last ticker I have here is C for Citigroup. However, I am open to taking 1 or 2 more tickers if anyone is interested, right? If I don't get any more, I'm waiting for something, right? So that's what I have here on Citigroup, left, and Silver.
You're welcome.
Fresh Mac. I could they got Fresh Mac.
This is family friendly.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it. We wanted the Mac D crossover. That's what I'm talking about. Shanisha, why didn't you stop me? It's Shanisha's fault. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't. Oh gosh, no, this is a nice setup. Again, Charlene over here dropping bombs. Okay, now the question is, okay, so I don't want to get too much into fundamentals. I do want to put out there that gold and silver may not be a perfect hedge for the market, right? There needs to be things that happens with the bonds, and the dollar needs to be weak in order for you to really disclosure, right? Because I don't want nobody saying, hey, Charles is talking about the MAC D, and then I just went in and I went long and strong on silver and I got clapped up, right? So I had to put out that disclosure. But the technicals here looks great, okay? Fresh MAC D crossover with a positive histogram. We do have a buy setup here on silver futures. So yeah, what I like long term about silver here, right, is silver has not made an all-time high yet, okay? In all the craziness in the market, silver has not made an all-time high yet. Gold certainly has, but silver has not within the last few years, okay? And so they say, you know, silver typically lags gold, and the move in silver does eventually catch up, but it just hasn't happened yet, right? So that's silver futures. Let's look at gold futures. MAC D. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're welcome again.
Okay.
Too, if you want to check that.
Man, Charlene is just.
Share like I used to.
Charlene is not. Charlene, you holding on to the plays. You holding on to the plays. Sorry, I had to have some of my green juice. Okay. Literally, okay. Yeah, same setup. Fresh MACD. Engulfing bars to the high side. Yeah. Let's look at what's that GLD, right? Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, look at GLD here, right? And SLV. How the heck did Wall Street Bets get a hold of SLV? That was wild. You know, I was actually long.
Wall Street Bets one.
Yeah, no, but that's so.
I hope they get a hold of it though.
No, but it was wild. Like, I was long, because you know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. I was long here when it made this high bar. And what I did was, the day before this happened, right? I remember I got in this day or that day. Like 10 strikes out of the money, right? On a regular day was up 300 or 400%. And it's like, I got into these things for like 15 cents. And I blinked and they were like 30. And I was just like, okay. And then the next day or the next 2 days, just we got into this high bar, and that was totally luck. Like, that was 100% luck. So apparently, right, the what Wall Street Bets was thinking, and this is a very interesting story. Let me actually just turn around to tell the folks in the camera. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Looking all good. All right. So apparently, right. So the Wall Street Bets guys were speculating that basically, you know, that companies were selling and trading and bartering in assets to which they did not have custody of, right? Like, basically, like, you know, we're supposed to have X amount of silver in like a safe somewhere, and we are trading more. Just to make it simple, like, we're trading more assets than there is actual hard resources in custody for, right? And so they wanted to initiate a short squeeze on silver. And you can see by my face that it didn't go well. It didn't go exactly how they expected it to. As y'all know, I really do support Wall Street bets, but I think somebody was smoking something green when they came up with that idea. Because literally, like, they just, you know, the powers that be just came in and just took all their money, unfortunately. But again, I support the cause, you know. Shouts out to Roaring Kitty. All right, but yeah.
He's still holding that bag.
Is he? I haven't really kept up with those guys, you know, so I really don't know. But yeah, that's, you know. Anyway, so the setup is here. Okay, MACD crossover today, engulfing candle to the high side. Honestly, I wish I was in it. I would say that this play is just getting started here on silver. I like where it is on a daily and a weekly time frame. So yeah, silver looks pretty good to me. Okay, silver looks pretty good to me.
I have to say this, full disclosure, I am in. That is all.
Yep. Charlene is long silver and gold, and maybe I will be too, but not right now.
Check out GUSH, but I think GUSH might be.
GUSH?
That.
Oh,
Yep.
so I mean, again, okay. You know what's really interesting about GUSH? GUSH could get. I don't know, man. Woo, this thing, because you know what happens with GUSH when oil is not popping, it just gets crushed, right? So what's happened with this thing, right? If you're wondering why the chart looks like this, is because, like, this is a triple leverage asset, and you know, it's good as long as the thing is trending in your direction, right? If it's bad if it's not, right? And so as oil was getting crushed and went negative, right, GUSH got destroyed, right? And then they had to do like a reverse split or some crazy nonsense, whatever, to get it to wherever. But nice little move here on GUSH, right? From the pandemic lows, right? From 1228 to 101. And for me, if GUSH could break above 103, it could go places. On the weekly time frame, this weekly 8 over the 21 crossover looks like that may be something to do. So yeah, I like the idea on GUSH here. I would like for it to cool off here before I personally would get into it. But yeah, I like the play on GUSH. If you like these triple leverage ETFs, again, they could work well for you, but you just got to be careful. Got to be careful. So team, I do really appreciate everybody here. Charlene, any last words before we send everybody off?
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys again on Wednesday. Don't forget to follow your mods, follow the club, visit brooklyntraders.net if you want to learn some charting. That is all. Over to you.
Shanisha, any last words?
Yeah, firstly, thank you for having me. As always, make sure that you guys are subscribing to the YouTube, liking it does not hurt. You got some value. It is free to like it. And, you know, even if you really didn't like it, dislike it, but leave a comment and let them know so that we can, you know, grow, right? But, you know, it was all great, so we know we like it. So that's all I have.